Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Here we have a new special smartphone video. Up to this point, you have had the opportunity to learn more about other brands of cell phones, and we still continue in the same theme with the Xiaomi brand. There are many stereotypes about phones from China. People are rather suspicious in general, and when you hear made in China, we think of counterfeit or bad quality. Well friends, think again, since this brand of smartphone is making a lot of noise in the field of mobile telephones. Xiaomi begins to establish itself in the production of smartphones, and many professionals admit that this Chinese brand has something to scare competitors. If you have a low budget while looking for a phone as qualitative as this, it is an interesting price level. So check out this video. By the way, before you start, don't hesitate to like and subscribe if you like the content on my channel. And above all, don't forget to hit the little bell so as not to miss anything from my next videos. Let's go! Xiaomi Note 10. Xiaomi still has a knack for producing smartphones that seem more expensive than they really are. This is the case of the Mi Note 10. Whose hull is carved glass at the front and at the rear, which makes the edges longer and thinner. The curves themselves give the phone a high-end look and feel, while the Gorilla Glass 5 at the front and rear provides a certain form of resistance to accidental falls. In addition, Xiaomi provides a silicone bumper. This adds size and completely protects the back of the smartphone. The bumper also has a rather useful secondary role since it reduces the output of the 5 rear cameras. Basically, without the bumper, this significantly exceeds, and this can be annoying when getting started. In addition, the Chinese brand was able to find space for a 3.5mm headphone jack on the bottom edge, next to the USB-C port, and a single speaker. The audio quality of the speaker is rather good, and the maximum volume does not cause any distortion or loss of quality. Also, the assortment of cameras is probably the most notable feature of the Mi Note 10, the 5 cameras in the back in particular. It is a 108 megapixel main sensor with a wide-angle lens and OIS. This provides a more qualitative zoom in the finished images, and all people who like to touch up photos should appreciate. Xiaomi has implemented an impressive side configuration camera with the Mi Note 10, and it hit its target. Otherwise, access to certain features is facilitated by any update software. Easy. Xiaomi 9. While the Xiaomi 9 follows the all-glass design trend, the brand always manages to stand out from the competition. Mi 9 measures 6.20 inches, but looks much slimmer thanks to its curved design and excellent weight distribution. It is also available in blue, lavender, or black in a superb gray gunmetal. Also, the smartphone quickly recovers fingerprints, but watch out for water droplets. Get yourself a suitable shell. Mi 9 has a beautiful curved AMOLED screen of 6.39 inches, dominating the front of the smartphone. The screen resolution is 2340 by 1080 for 403 pixels. It's not as sharp as the OnePlus 7 Pro, seen in another video, but the difference is hard to notice unless you look very closely. Plus, the color accuracy is excellent, and it's simple to make adjustments in the settings. With 430 nits of brightness, the screen is easily identifiable in almost all types of lighting. The rear of the Xiaomi 9 has 3 cameras, all ranged vertically. The main objective is 48 megapixels, but there is also a 12 megapixel telephoto lens that supports macro photography, and a 16 megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens. Moreover, the phone relies heavily on AI help for detection, scenes, and post-processing. The end result is a breathtaking in terms of power. The Xiaomi 9 is no lightweight because it houses a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor with 6 GB of RAM. In the vast majority of cases, applications open instantly and the multitasking menu becomes child's play, even with more than a dozen open applications. And the Turbo Game Mode provides amazing gaming performance. The Xiaomi 9 is one of the cheapest Chinese smartphones on the market. It's a beautiful handset with a refined aesthetic, exceptional performance, a charge of 2 days, and a camera quality comparable to that of phones that cost twice as much. It is excellent value, which requires very little compromise, and it clearly deserves its place despite the made in China aspect. Xiaomi 9 Lite. The design of the Xiaomi 9 Lite is absolutely classic. On the front, there is a rather thin glasses and a shaped notch drop with a front camera at the top. At the back is a vertical assortment presenting the cameras. From a general point of view, the smartphone looks neat, although it is not original. That said, it's a light version. We can't expect great madness for changes. The dimensions of the smartphone are fairly standard. It is not a big phone, but it does its job very well. Also, the camera is significantly smaller than that of the Mi 9, and it's very good. This phone is practical above all. The Xiaomi 9 Lite takes good photos with excellent details, offers correct color reproduction, and a fairly wide dynamic range. Finally, the battery has a capacity of 4030 mAh. The duration of battery life is generally excellent. Expects approximately 6 to 6.5 hours of screen activity and 30 to 35 hours of overall work. In other words, you have enough for 1 day and a half. Xiaomi A3. The Mi A3 has a 6.08-inch Super AMOLED screen with a notch on the top. It's a beautiful display that boasts of bright and vibrant colors, especially for the price. This allows also the device to opt for an integrated digital fingerprint scanner. As with most smartphones in this range, the Mi A3 is powered by a Snapdragon 600 series chipset, the Snapdragon 665 to be more specific. It is a chipset manufactured at 11nm and being a little more powerful than the SD660. Photography has always been a strength of the Mi A series, and with the A3, Xiaomi shows us much needed progress. You have a triple camera configuration on the back, like usual, with a 48 megapixel main camera, an ultra-wide shooter at 8 megapixels, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The front camera for it has a 32 megapixel sensor. The images are quite vivid and have a wide dynamic range. The color profiles are very similar between primary and ultra-wide cameras. The Mi A3 has a 4030 mAh battery, and taking into account low-resolution display, Super AMOLED construction, and an efficient processor, the Mi A3 is sure to last a day full of use. Also, the included charger can produce a 10-watt via USB Type-C, but also supports charging fast up to 18-watt. Xiaomi Redmi 7A. Xiaomi Redmi 7A is available with 16 or 32 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM. But if you decide to opt for the 16 gigabyte, you will have to settle for about 10 gigabytes, the rest being supported by the operating system. Yeah, it's a little flaw. The Xiaomi Redmi 7A is not really efficient in terms of energy consumption, but manages to position itself in the mid-range in its category. The maximum consumption of 5.4 watts under maximum load is quite high, while the minimum of 0.8 watts at idle is rather low. The battery can be considered one of the centerpieces of the Redmi 7A with its capacity of 4000 mAh. It's actually something hard to find, especially considering the price, so you can't really quibble. The Xiaomi Redmi 7A is a smartphone that can be easily recommended. Just be sure to buy the worldwide version from a reliable reseller, otherwise you may have problems with the AC adapter. It's a break that's often raised by buyers, therefore be careful. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if the answer is yes, don't hesitate to like my video. In addition, if you like my content, you can subscribe without forgetting to activate the notification bell to be informed of all novelties. Meanwhile, it's up to you. Which smartphone did you like the most? Let us know while we wait for the next video. See you soon. Hey everybody, it's Nathan. Hope you enjoyed the video. I do the English voiceover for aTech US. There were some really hilarious translations in this one that I had to leave in just because I enjoyed them. My basic job, just so you guys all know what I do and why I'm here, essentially I get sent a script and I translate it using Google Translate because that's what the creator of the channel wants me to do. French to English is not a perfect analog. Try to make it as readable as I can, but there's a fun bit in there that still mostly makes sense. I'll leave it in because that's what I'm really actually supposed to do. Anyway, I also do my own stuff over on my channel, which is Nathan Blake Games. I do gaming stuff, mostly indie horror stuff. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, you can check it out. There should be a link on the screen here, maybe even one in the description. I don't know if the aTech guy puts it down there or not. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. As always, we will see you in the next one, and for now, we'll see you later. Sayonara!